direct from outer space. It's Mary Farfisa's Outer Space Radio Theater.
What song does a star sing when it's all by itself? What sound does a comet make when it's flying around? And did you know that the sun enjoys playing the drums? And did you know that the moon has a favorite tune? Well, you might think that outer space is a quiet place, but there's a melody in all that astronomy. Well, I roam through galaxies looking for sounds that interest me. There's too many to mention if I just pay attention. Songs and sounds, music and noise can be as much fun as a box full of toys. Songs and sounds, music and noise, I'll catch them all with my lasso and bring them to you. I'm Mary Farfisa.
Mary and Briscoe are flying through space again. What will they find today? Not many people have been in this part of the galaxy, and even Galactic Google couldn't tell them much about it. Do you think they'll find something unusual? Well, of course they will! And look, there it is. At first, it looks like a long silver blue ribbon winding its way between the stars. But as they get closer and start to fly above it, they realize what it is. It's a river in space.
Well, there's something you don't see every day. A river without a planet, floating on its own out here in the stars.
The water looks so cool and blue and beautiful.
It seems to go on and on. And look, the river has a shore on both sides, and there are houses and buildings and trees and hills.
Let's fly lower over the river, Briscoe. Let's see where it goes.
And that's exactly what they do. They skim over the gentle blue water.
Hey, Mary, how would you like to go for a swim?
Oh, that sounds great.
And a moment later, that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, it sure feels good to cool my hoof jets off in this river.
Briscoe is floating on his back in the cool water with his red shades over his eyes. Mary is floating on an inner tube not far from him, strumming her guitar.
You know, there's something really special about rivers. No wonder there are so many songs about them.
I know one. Listen. We're swimming in a cosmic river, me and Briscoe. We find the craziest things in space everywhere we go.
We certainly do.
Sometimes we find 50-foot kittens or pirates who steal everything we know.
I remember that.
Life in space is full of surprises on the Mary Farfisa show.
Mary and Briscoe float along the river and watch the houses and buildings go by on the shore. When people see them, they wave, and Mary and Briscoe wave back. After a while, they swim to the shore to sit on the grass for a while. They see a big white house with an orange roof sitting on a gentle hill. There is a nicely lettered sign on the grass. It says,
The River in Space Nursing Home for Fading Stars. Do they mean movie stars, Briscoe?
No, Mary, they mean the other kind of stars, the kind we see in space all the time. When the stars in space get really old, they can't shine like they used to, and they need help to do the things that used to be easy.
Oh.
Some don't hear as well as they used to, or they have trouble walking, and they're not as strong as they were when they were young. There are people in these homes who help them and look out for them. Look over there by the house. There are some of those old stars now.
Sure enough, Mary looks on the big lawn between her and the nursing home, and she sees stars walking slowly on the curving paths and sitting on benches. They look the way that stars are drawn in picture books. They have a tall, pointy head, 2 pointy arms, and 2 pointy legs. But these stars are not lit up and shiny. They glow just a little, and their faces have lines and wrinkles. Some of them have silvery hair, and some of them have no hair at all. They all move slowly, and some have canes and walkers. One of them, a silver-haired little old lady star, sees Mary and Briscoe and smiles and waves.
Briscoe, we should visit them while we're here. Maybe they get lonely or need cheering up. We could talk to them, and maybe I could sing some songs.
Well, we can do that. Just don't expect a lot of excitement.
Why not, Briscoe?
Well, people slow down a lot when they get old, Mary. The nursing home's not going to be like Mrs. Menlo's class.
What do you mean?
Just that it will be a nice visit, but it may be a little dull.
Well, that's okay. Let's go.
Hey, you there!
Who, us?
Mary and Briscoe hadn't noticed that someone was walking toward them while they were talking. It's one of the residents of the nursing home for fading stars. But this one isn't smiling. In fact, he looks angry. And he's not like the other fading stars either. His body is saggy, but very round. And if you look closely, you can see that he's glowing a little. Briscoe says,
That's not just an old star, Mary. That's an old sun.
Yes, you! Did you just come out of that river?
Yes, we were swimming in it.
I can see that. Look at what you're doing now.
What are we doing now?
You're dripping wet.
Yes.
And you're standing on the grass.
Yes.
And you're getting the grass all wet.
I guess we are.
I guess you are indeed.
But what's wrong with getting the grass wet?
It's not supposed to be wet. It's afternoon. It's okay for it to be wet if it rains or in the early morning. It's always wet in the morning.
Oh, I know about that. That's called morning dew.
What? Why, you young whippersnapper?
Whippersnapper?
You're going to tell me about morning dew? I know all about morning dew. Why, I've been drying up the morning dew off the grass for ages. Part of my job, and let me tell you, you young upstart.
Upstart?
It was a never-ending job. Every morning, all the grass on all the planets gathered around me, absolutely wet with morning dew. And I had to dry it all up again so the grass could wave in the afternoon breeze.
We're sorry we got the grass wet.
You should be sorry, you...
Rapscallion?
Rapscallion!
Sol, why are you berating that poor girl and her space horse?
the silver-haired star that waved to Mary and Briscoe is walking toward them.
Can't you see? They're getting the grass all wet.
That's all right, Sol. Never mind. It will be okay. Why don't you go back to the community room now? Your show's about to start.
I'll watch it in my own room. You old stars can never keep from chattering during my show, and I can't hear a thing.
All right, Sol. Just watch your show in your room then.
We're sorry we upset him.
Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. Mr. Corona always finding something to get mad about. He always telling us off back in that nursing home. My name is Estrella.
I'm Mary Farfisa, and this is Briscoe.
Hello.
We were wondering if we could visit the nursing home and introduce ourselves and meet some of the residents. I like to sing, and I thought if you'd like, I could sing some songs for all of you.
That would be wonderful. I'm sure we'd all love that. The days do tend to seem all the same when there's nothing new and exciting to shake things up.
I'm good at shaking things up.
I'm sure you are. Well, you just come with me then, and I'll introduce you to everyone.
See, Briscoe? This is going to be fun.
It's great, Mary. Just don't get them too riled up.
What do you mean?
Don't make things too lively. You know, they're old.
I know. They're old. Like you.
No, I'm not as old as them. They're really old. I'm just saying, don't make them dance around or clap their hands too much. You'll wear them out. They'll blow a fuse. They'll spring a gasket.
Okay, Briscoe.
Everyone, this lovely little girl is Mary Farfisa. She's going to sing some songs for us.
Oh, what a cute little helmet.
Is Mr. Corona going to join us?
Oh, I doubt it. He don't spend much time in the community room. He mostly just sits in his room by himself. You know, he is the oldest star here by far.
Why is Mr. Corona so...
Grouchy? Well, he's not like the other stars. Mr. Corona is a sun, and suns like to feel important. And after all, they are. Planets depend on suns to do all kinds of things.
I know. He told me and Briscoe how he used to dry up all the morning dew every day.
He sure did tell us.
Oh, suns do a lot more than that. They make the trees and the plants grow, and they keep the air warm and light up the daytime so everyone can see where they are. Suns are very important, and they are used to being looked up to and depended on. That's why Mr. Corona is so angry and unhappy. When a sun gets very old, its energy burns down, and it can't heat a planet or light up the daytime anymore. He got old, and all his planets moved away. He used to be bigger than the planets themselves. He was a real fireball. But now, he's small and all cooled off, and he needs help just to get in and out of bed. It's hard for him to live here and have to depend on others.
But he did so much for others for so long.
I know, honey, but he don't think of it that way. Now, why don't you sing those songs of yours?
Okay.
Little Miss Troublesome looks through the gate and says hello. How will I know? Little Miss I don't know you, though I want to. Says if you stay, I'll stand right next to you, straight as an arrow. So come and sit next to me, teach me to run through the meadow, and I will not let go, let go. And spring has come too soon. Forget the shadows round the moon. Sing, child, sing like you were born. Sing like you were born today. Sing like you were born.
Go, Susanna!
Oh, I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I'm going to Louisiana, my true love for to see. It rained all night the day I left, the weather it was dry. The sun so hot I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee.
Mary, those songs were wonderful. Would you like to listen to us do some songs?
You all sing too?
Some of us do. Joyce likes to play the piano over there, and her husband George has a very nice singing voice. And Anne here knows a lot of songs from her home planet.
See? I have a guitar too.
And Miranda has a really special musical talent.
I sure do.
Wow, that's wonderful. Of course we'd like to listen. See, Briscoe? They're more lively than you think.
All right then. Joyce and George, why don't you do a song for us?
We'd love to. Come on, George.
Well, this is a song about a river called Oh Shenandoah.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, just to be near you. Away, we're bound away, across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I loved her daughter. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, across the water. Away, we're bound away, across the wide Missouri.
Great. Wonderful.
My turn. Mary, this is a song we used to sing when I was just a little star. Estrella, will you sing harmony?
All right.
Let's do Trois jeunes tambours. Trois jeunes tambours, s'en revenant de guerre. Trois jeunes tambours, s'en revenant de guerre. Et rimeront, ratataplan, s'en revenant de guerre. Le plus jeune a dans sa bouche une rose. Le plus jeune a dans sa bouche une rose. Et rimeront, ratataplan, dans sa bouche une rose. La fille du roi était à sa fenêtre. La fille du roi était à sa fenêtre. Et rimeront, ratataplan, y en a de plus jolies.
Say, what about Miranda? You said she has a really special musical talent.
I sure do. Listen.
That sounds familiar. You're so good at whistling?
I'm even better than I used to be now that I've lost all my teeth.
You know, my Henry used to play the banjo. He just loved that old banjo. I still got it in my room. Do you know how to play the banjo, Mary?
A little bit.
would you try to play a song on my Henry's banjo? I'd love to hear the sound of it again.
Okay.
I'll just go get it.
Mary is getting to know Henry's banjo a little before playing a song, when all of a sudden, all the stars in the community room look up.
What's going on out here?
It's Mr. Corona.
Is Henry here? I thought I heard Henry's banjo.
No, Saul, Henry's gone. But you did hear his banjo. Mary's going to play it for us.
Oh, Henry's banjo.
That's right. Saul used to like listening to my Henry play. When he first come to the nursing home, they were friends.
You dug Henry's old banjo out, did you?
That's right, Saul.
I miss Henry. Sure is nice to hear his banjo again, though. Brings back memories.
It does, doesn't it, Saul?
Would you like to hear a song, Mr. Corona? I know one I think you might like.
Well, all right.
All the stars are a little surprised when Mr. Corona sits down in the community room with them.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
That was nice. Mary, that was very nice.
After all the singing and music playing is done, everyone starts to talk to each other and have a good time. Mr. Corona doesn't stay, though. He goes back to his room.
Don't worry about him, Mary. That's the most social he's been in ages.
Excuse me, Briscoe. I heard Mary say you like old records.
Like 'em? He's crazy about them.
Well, I have a whole trunk of them in my room. Would you like to see them? Why, sure.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
Well, Mary, are you ready to get back on the space road?
Yep. I just want to say goodbye to Mr. Corona before we go.
He is in his room.
Mr. Corona? Mr. Corona?
What? Who is that?
It's me, Mary Farfisa. Briscoe and I are going to be leaving, and...
What? Mary who?
Mary Farfisa. Remember? We were all just in the community room together, and I played your old friend's banjo.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any music, and I don't have any old friends. What are you up to?
Nothing. I'm just...
Just leave me alone. I'm tired now. You should go.
But...
Go away!
Okay. Well, bye, Mr. Corona.
Consarn whippers never come around here and me trying to sleep.
What's wrong, Mary Farfisa?
I wanted to say goodbye to Mr. Corona, but he didn't want to talk to me. He told me to go away.
Oh, I see.
And he doesn't remember being in the community room with all of us either, even though it was just a little while ago. He doesn't even remember your Henry.
Oh, Mary, don't be upset. That's what it's like for some folks when they get very old. Mr. Corona doesn't remember things that only happened a few minutes ago. Maybe he'll remember later. Maybe not.
But that's so sad. I wish there was something we could do.
We can't always stop sad things from happening to people. But we can always try to make their lives a little better anytime we can. Like what you did for all of us today. We all enjoyed visiting with you and Briscoe and listening to you sing. And Mr. Corona had a good time too, even though he may not remember just now. Now, you and Briscoe, please come back and see us anytime you like, okay?
Okay, we will.
You're so quiet, Mary. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Just, can we come back and visit the Home for Fading Stars again soon?
Oh, sure we can. Those old stars were a lot of fun. And that record collection George had was amazing. A type of jazz I've never heard before from a far-off part of the galaxy. He even knew some of the musicians, and he told me all sorts of fascinating things about them. And we listened to some great tunes.
You didn't get him too riled up, did you?
Well, maybe I underestimated those stars. There's a lot to learn from them. And they have a surprising joie de vivre.
It's joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre.
Joie.
Remember Blueberry Hills and the good times forever. Laughing, singing, playing together. We have fun no matter the weather. Camping out with the stars so high. Beautiful things that catch our eye. Playing together, you and I. Hope we never say goodbye.
You've been listening to A River in Space, today's episode of Mary Farfisa's Outer Space Radio Theater, written and produced by Jim Sheff. Kara Albach starred as Mary Farfisa. Nancy Andrews played Miranda. Jim Sheff played Briscoe the Space Horse. The role of Mr. Corona was played by Bill Culbertson. Chris Culbertson was today's narrator. Miranda Marie played Estrella and also provided the lovely whistling of our Mary Farfisa theme song. Anne Slobodchikov appeared as Anne. Lots of music in today's episode. Mary Farfisa's songs were written and performed by Kara Albach. We heard George and Joyce Clark's moving rendition of O Shenandoah. Anne Slobodchikov performed Trois Jeunes Tambours. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Instrumental music was by Terry Allen and Jim Sheff. And let's wrap things up with the 3rd and 4th graders of Mrs. Bax's class at Flagstaff Junior Academy.
Farfisa and today's Mary Farfisa's Outer Space Radio Theater Adventure are copyright 2017 by Jim Sheff, all rights reserved.